simple projects to get started with your Glowforge. Maybe you've already completed the 5 projects I recommend in this video here, and you're looking for what's next. Today I want to show you how to make a simple keychain. We'll make it from start to finish. The end product will look like this, and we'll make this completely within the design software Glowforge provides. I really want to make sure that as you're getting started, you're using the premium features, especially within your 14-day free trial, so you understand what capabilities are there. You may want to use them, you may not, but you won't know if you don't try them out. Why do I think a keychain is a great beginner project? It doesn't require a lot of materials. Today we'll use the scraps I have left on this proof grade medium acrylic. We will need a keyring and a jump ring. This jump ring is 9 millimeters. We're going to engrave the name on the back of the keychain, so I like to fill that with paint pens. Today we're using this pastel set that I'm absolutely loving from Deco Color. The last thing that you'll need is some small jewelry pliers to open and close the jump ring. And that's it. That's all the supplies you'll need. All right, so let's get started. The first thing that we need to do is click the new design button, which will take us directly into the workspace. We'll start with the text. I want kind of a retro vibe for this keychain, so I'm looking at this monotone font, which has all these fun lines in it. And I want to make a Mother's Day keychain, so we are going to write Mama. Then I know that I want my keychain to end up around 3 inches, so I'm going to select that, click the ruler, and then I'm going to start with 2.5 inches, knowing that I'm going to put an outline around it and see how that looks. The next thing that we need to do to make this keychain is we're going to use the outline tool, and we're going to create a new outline around our Mama text. Right now it's 0.25 inches. I think it could probably be slightly smaller than that, so we're going to make it 0.2 and see if we like how that looks. I like how that looks, and that's giving me a keychain that's about 2.9 inches. So I will group those two things together by highlighting them both, right-clicking, and then grouping them. And then I want to make it exactly 3 inches. All right, so now my keychain is 3 inches, but I need to add a hole, and I'm going to add a circle here for my keychain hardware. So I'm going to go into my shape tool. I'm going to add a circle. I'm going to size that. We're going to start at 0.25 inches to see how big that is around here. That looks like it'll be about the right size for the hole inside. Leave that. We'll create another circle. We'll make it 0.5 inches. And we will add that circle here. Now I can align these two circles with the new alignment tool. So I will choose the inner circle and then the outer circle. So now they are both selected. I can use the alignment tool and I can align their middles and their centers. So now that is centered. And since this is now attached, I can group all of this. So I will highlight it all, group it, and I can do an outline again that's a 0-inch outline. When I do this, it will create an outline for that little circle, and I can zoom into this. And I can remove the circle that I don't need. So I will move this off for a moment, and you can see that now I have my outline that I need that has connected those two parts. So first I need to ungroup this so that I can delete the parts I don't need. So we know I want to keep that circle, but we know I don't need the outside circle, and we know I don't need this outline. So now I can place this back, and if I want to, I can align the centers of these two to make sure that I am still centered. Right, those middles are aligned. Now, if I wanted to add anything else to this, I could add some artwork. So let's say that I want to add a heart. I can search for a little heart. Let's add a really simple one. Whenever I want to move something, I need to make sure that I have those 4 directional arrows versus the 2 arrows, which will resize. And then if I want to rotate, I use that rotation. So you want to make sure your mouse is in those 4 directional arrows before moving something. So I like the way this heart looks, but I need to work on its placement. I'm going to rotate it a little bit. And then I'm also going to actually make this slightly bigger, this outline, so that I have a little more room to add some more design elements. So right now it's 3.5 inches to the end. I'm gonna go ahead and allow it to be 3.75 inches to give myself some extra space. I can add a little heart there. That will engrave. I'll go to the import artwork. I will search for stars. I just want something simple here, a little starburst. I'm happy with those elements, happy with the way this looks. Now, I know that I want to engrave this on the reverse side of the clear acrylic that I'm using so that I can paint it and I can leave this masking on and just paint into that mask with that masking on. So I'm going to select all the elements and I'm going to move them up here, and then I'm going to flip them horizontal. So then you'll see that my image has reversed and I can engrave that in a reverse direction. At this point, I want to check my settings because I'm almost ready to create this. So I'm going to look at my SD graphic setting for clear medium acrylic. I know that I don't need so many lines per inch for something that small, so I'm going to switch it to 225 and I'm going to let it go a little bit faster. I know that because I've tested this clear, and with something that small, I know that I don't need that much depth. For this little heart, I will do the same. I will make it 700 speed, 225 lines per inch. For the mama, I really want that to show up well, so I'm going to leave it the way that it is for the SD graphic. And then I'm going to switch the cut order of these two pieces because I want to make sure that this circle cuts out before the outline of the keychain is cut. So you can do that by simply dragging and dropping each element in each step. I also want to make sure that this gets engraved before anything gets cut. So I'm moving that step as well. So now all my engraved steps are first, then my cut steps. With that, I will turn my machine on and we'll be ready to print. I've taken my keychain out and I've taken off the masking on the front so that I can see that the engraving turned out great. Now I'm going to paint the back. I left the masking on so that I can use the paint pens and just make that really simple. Use these colors for the mama. So shake up those paint pens. Want to make sure that that ink is ready to flow. And then we just flood the area with the paint. So painting within an engraving is really simple, but you do want to make sure that that paint is really flooding into the engraving, otherwise you won't see it through. I really like these Deco Color pens. These ones are oil-based. I also use the water-based. Water-based is easier to clean up if you make a mess, but I think the oil-based has a little more staying power. And I particularly like this pastel rainbow set. So I always like to check it on the front side once I've painted one color, so I can make sure that I got into all of that engrave. And that's looking great, so we'll keep going. Love it. I'm going to wait to peel that off of the majority, but I'm going to go ahead and peel this part right here so I can go ahead and put the keychain hardware on. I'm doing a very simple keychain, so I have a 9mm jump ring and my pliers. I will open from side to side. I'll go ahead and place that through my keychain and then through the jump ring on my keychain hardware. And close that back up. So now my hardware is on, and then once I peel it, I will have a perfect keychain. And that's it. Here's your finished keychain. If you like that project and you're looking for more beginner projects, I recommend you go watch this video right here that will walk through the 5 projects that I recommend every beginner complete as soon as they get their Glowforge. And if you enjoyed this project today, let me know by hitting the like button. It really helps me to understand what content I should be making. And it would be great if you would subscribe so you don't miss any of the content that we're putting out weekly.